Welcome back to our episode. Ryan here with Chaos MMA, and today we have on Billy Goff, who fights on Dana White's Contender Series in August. Billy, man, how are you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great day. Great speaking with you now. And how was your day? What did the day consist of so far for you?
I worked from home.
Okay.
So um, been just doing a little bit of that, eating, stretching here and there.
Yeah.
Just more.
Yeah, and you train at night, you said, right? So you got training after this and everything.
Yeah. We train Monday through Friday. Usually we practice starts at 7:30. Sometimes like tonight we're going in a little early.
Yeah, I definitely want to speak about training and everything else. But first off, I want to ask about when did you get the call for Dana White's Contender Series? Like, do you remember the date when you got that call or email, whatever it was?
Um, so I got my agent told me it was an option. He's like, hey, we could do a short notice thing beforehand, or they have um, contender series at the end of the summer, and that's always an option. I could definitely get you on that. And so when I was talking to him, it's when I was first signing with him, and he was like, "Yeah, like you're gonna be able to get on this." Um, it's not really exactly the way I wanted it to go, the route I wanted, but talking to my coaches and everything, we decided that that was the best thing going forward. Like that was our best option. So when we decided on that, I was like, all right, here we go. And when I got on it and the name and everything, I was excited.
Yeah, and was there like a specific reason why you didn't feel at the time it was the best route for you? Did you kind of like want to get into the UFC just like signing by them, not having the fight in the Contender Series?
Pretty much, I wanted to skip it. I wanted the guaranteed contract. I wanted to just walk in, and I could have like we had some options. They gave us some short notice stuff, but my coach wasn't happy with it, so we went this route instead.
Yeah, well, you are August, you got the Contender Series fight. And what is going through your mind though when you do get the offer? Like it is you win this fight, basically you are in the UFC. So what's going through your mind throughout all this?
I like, and see that's the thing is like just I could win, um, because not everybody gets a contract. It's not a
Yeah.
guarantee, but I'm a so like on my the biggest thing on my mind is um just I got to put on a good show. I can win, but if I don't win in an exciting way, it doesn't matter. I gotta win. I gotta make it exciting and make it work. Like people want to watch more of me, so that Dana has to sign me.
Yeah, well, we've seen your previous fights. You're going out there, you're finishing your opponents. I mean, if you go out and do that in this Contender Series fight, and usually when the fighter finishes their opponent in this, Dana is usually always signing them. So do you feel like you go out there on this night and you finish him, you're going to get that contract?
Absolutely, and make a quick turnaround and fight on the UFC and on the 20th.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to be right back in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a specific reason for that?
No, it'd just be cool.
Yeah. Okay. And you do have a tough opponent ahead of you in Simone though. So based on what you've seen from him, how do you expect him to approach this fight? Like, do you have a specific thing in mind, like how he's going to come out there and approach this fight on August 2nd?
Uh, he's gonna end up shooting on me.
Okay.
Regardless. I don't know if his game plan's to go out and shoot on me, um, or if it's gonna be to try to strike with me. But if he tries to strike with me, it's not gonna go well. He's gonna end up diving for some takedowns,
Yeah.
or he might try to strike and go into his takedowns right off the rip. But either way, he's not gonna be able to. If he happens to get me down, he's not gonna hold me down.
Yeah, it seems like if this fight stays standing, it's all in your advantage. And every time I have people on the show, I always ask them, Billy Goff's gonna finish Simone how on August 2nd? How you see yourself getting your hand raised on this date?
I see myself knocking him out standing.
Any specific round?
Uh, my coach says second.
Okay.
I want it in the first.
Yeah, I mean the first round KO, you definitely get in the contract. Second round KO, you're probably definitely getting the contract too. So I mean, you can't go wrong with either. And speaking of training camp and everything else, who have you been training with for this camp? Like who's been helping you the most for this opponent?
So I've got a few teammates. I mean, my coaches, Dexter and Kierkegaard, are huge. I mean, they're teaching everything I need to know. I've got my teammate Austin Shala, Brendan Ward's been coming down, helping me out a lot. Teammate Jake Caskey, Randy Francis. I've got a few guys who've been helping me out a lot and busting their ass for me. So
Yeah, and how good is it to have, training partners that are busting their ass for you, because they're coming in there every day in the gym trying to help you out, helping you get this contract, and I'm sure you're doing the same for them. So how much does that help you guys in the gym?
oh, it's huge. It's knowing that like that's when you get it backs like it gives you a good foundation for when you're doubting yourself. Like when you get those moments of like I'm not feeling great about this, like I'm not feeling great about my striking or my grappling or whatever it is. I'm not feeling great. Having people that you see are good and people that you respect and work their ass off for you, and like they're supporting you because they think they believe in you. Like that helps you keep going. That helps you get more.
Yeah, it seems like you're in a great environment in that gym, positive vibes, it seems like, and everything else. And you're walking out to this octagon on August 2nd. What's going to be going through your mind? This is arguably one of the biggest fights of your career. Is it going to be just same like the others, or is it going to be like, I got to go out there, I got to get the job done, I got to get this contract? Like, what's going to be going through your mind on this night?
Going like I said, leading up into it, like my biggest thing is I got to put them out in a like an exciting fashion.
Yeah.
Like um, like I can rip him down and cut his elbows. Like I could smash him with elbows, like I've done a few times, but it's not the way that I want it to go. I want it to be a little more exciting. A little I want like more of a highlight reel, I guess. The and so that's my like leading up into it. But like when walking out and everything, all that like it's just we're fighting whatever comes.
Yeah, the highlight reels. I mean, we've seen highlight reels on the Contender Series. I mean, one of them, he's one of the biggest stars in UFC. He's up and coming, Sugar Sean O'Malley. So I mean, we've seen these highlight reels and everything else. And you go out there, you get the finish on this night. What would it mean to you to earn this contract? Like, when did you start MMA?
Um, I started I started training MMA. Like I did a little bit growing up here and there, boxing, jiu-jitsu here and there, some actual MMA, but never really anything serious, never anything long term. I grew up wrestling, but when I was 18, I was out of high school. I went back to this gym, which I had been at just for a brief period when I was in middle school, and so I've been training since I was 18. I started fighting when I was 19, um, and so it's almost 6 years.
6 years. Yeah. So from the time you started throughout all this, all you had to go through, what would it mean to you to earn this contract on this night? What do you feel like that emotion would be like?
It's everything. Like I've sacrificed so much in my life to do all of this, to be as good as I am, to give as much as I can for this, to get as far as I have. And it would set me up in a position to like, all right, now I can give even more. Like now I have to work full time to support myself outside of fighting, which a lot of people do. Um, but that on top of this, and like you sacrifice so much, like you don't get to see your friends and family as much. You don't get to do as much for yourself. Um, and having the opportunity to get in the UFC to where I'm making more money, I've got a bigger platform, and I've got bigger options for myself. That gives me like, all right, now I can leave my job when I'm comfortable, and it and give have a more of a actual focus around fighting. Uh, like I can wake up and start training,
Yeah.
whereas instead of work. Uh, so it's everything. It changes everything.
Yeah, I'm sure that would mean so much to you. And you said like throughout like everything, like, are you like a big believer too in like, hard work? It pays off, like always going out there every day, just working hard every day. Are you kind of like a believer in that? And here we are, August 2nd, that's gonna pay off.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Like when I was see, but the thing is, like, and I've said this before to some like friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But when I was wrestling in high school, if everything was based off primarily on hard work, I would have been a four-time New England champ.
Mm.
But I didn't win shit because I would work my ass off. But if you're not working in the right direction, you're not going anywhere. So having the right people around you, having the right kind of training methods, having the right mindset, that's huge. It's just as important work
Yeah.
going backwards.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with what you just said, having the right people around you and everything else. And Tune in, guys. August 2nd. It's going to be a great fight. Billy's looking to get that contract. I feel like he's going to get that finish. It seems like he's ready and everything else. And last thing here, thanks again. Besides MMA, what do you like to do in your free time? I always ask people I have on that I just met, what do you like to do in your free time and everything else?
So going out and sitting in the sun's really nice. Going out on hikes, the hanging out with friends. I play D&D.
Okay.
That's I'm currently I'm DMing a campaign that I'm making myself, so that's a lot of work. But just and that's the thing too is like people ask me that question. It's always so hard to answer because like I don't have tons of time to do a lot. But like yeah, when my free time, I hang out with friends, family, go on hikes, trying to going around like exploring shit, just doing random shit, trying new shit, getting tattoos.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, you said you don't have that much time, but hey, you're trying to get the contract, you're working. So I mean, here you are though. You're gonna make you technically your UFC debut on August 2nd. It's gonna be a great fight. I can't wait. Thanks again for your time, man. Really do appreciate it. If you want to thank any sponsors, shout out any social media, the floor is yours, man.
Absolutely. I just a huge thank you to the Cardboard Kids and Nummies. They sponsor me and they help my training camp. I'm always looking for more sponsors. Follow me on Instagram, Billy M. Goff. Follow me on Twitter, Billy M. Goff. Follow my Facebook page, Billy Goff MMA. Follow my team's page, Team Dexter Valley Tudo, on Instagram, Facebook. And yeah, I appreciate you. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming on. I really do appreciate it. I'm looking forward to this fight. I'll be tuning in. Thanks again, man. Have a good one. Bye-bye.